Number 15. Meg from Disney's Hercules. Hercules is one of Disney's best, in my opinion. Yes, I know that it doesn't represent Greek mythology properly, but that doesn't change the fact that it's an excellent movie. Every single character has their own uniqueness to them, and none more so than Meg. I loved Meg even from childhood because she wasn't a Disney princess. She wasn't rich, she wasn't waiting for a prince, and she wasn't all happy-go-lucky. She was just a jaded woman who was down on her luck working for Hades. But Meg is so much more than that because she doesn't sit around waiting for her hero. She has to make hard, even deadly decisions, and she actually saves Hercules' life twice. Once if you count her going to get Phil to help, and two when she pushes him out of the way of the fallen pillar. She's beautiful, smart, witty, and she wins both the hero's heart and the hearts of the audience. And it doesn't hurt that her song is ridiculously catchy and memorable.
It's too cliche, I won't say I'm in love.
Number 14. Andrea Beaumont from Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Batman Mask of the Phantasm is without a doubt one of the greatest animated movies of all time, to say nothing of one of the greatest Batman films of all time. Hell, it even stands up to Chris Nolan's amazing films in terms of fantastic acting, brilliant writing, and deeply emotional conflicts. Andrea Beaumont is at the source of what makes Phantasm such a phenomenal film. From the beginning, we see that she isn't like any of the other women Bruce has dated before because of her sense of humor and her ability to keep up with the man himself. The most interesting thing about Andrea is that she is just as much a great character before as after she loses her father and becomes a phantasm. She acts as a foil to what Bruce could have become if he ever went over the deep end and began killing for vengeance. She is a tragic character that stays with us because she can't come back to the light and be with Bruce, no matter how much we wish she could. Number 13. Melanie Walker from Batman Beyond. Melanie has always been a controversial character, but not to the point where people love or hate her. As you can see on my channel, I am quite a fan of Ms. Walker, oddly enough, because of her faults. Melanie's life of crime, forced on her by her parents, means that she can't have a long-term relationship, and so all she has to go on is passion. This is what makes her relationship with Terry so compelling, and unfortunately so tragic. Melanie is such a contrasted character because she seems young and uncertain of herself, and yet she has a sort of jadedness about her that makes her seem more mature. Terry is the person who makes her want to change her life, but because he's Batman, their relationship is cut off before things can get better for him. It always disappointed me that the show never got back to her storyline because I wanted to know how it ended. She may not have been Terry's end-all, be-all true love, but she definitely left a scar. Number 12. Hit Girl from Kick-Ass. Do I even need to explain why Hit Girl is on this list? Kick-Ass should have been renamed Hit Girl Kicks Your Ass. Don't get me wrong, I loved all the characters in this movie, which is saying something considering I hate Nicolas Cage. But Hit Girl just blew me away. She is tiny, cute, and completely ruthless in every way. She crosses so many lines that society draws from female characters, and demolishes them on their way down. Like Coraline, she is remarkably mature and yet naive at the same time. But either way, she's one badass girl you won't soon forget. Number 11. Shayera Hall from Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Justice League and Justice League Unlimited pretty much made my middle school and high school years awesome. Then again, what would you expect from the minds of Superman and Batman the Animated Series? At first, people were worried it would be a bad decision to include Hawkgirl, aka Shayera Hall, into the original 7 instead of Hawkman, but by the first 10 episodes or so, she was clearly a great choice. It's actually in Justice League Unlimited where her character truly shines. After the events of Starcross, she is almost universally hated by her friends and everyone on Earth, and she struggles to find her place in the world. Wake the Dead is the perfect example of the depth that Shayera Hall is capable of. On the outside, she is a warrior, but she is also a woman, an ex-lover, and a friend. She is defined by her relationships with other members, like Flash, Jon Stewart, Wonder Woman, and even Batman, and that is what makes her so enjoyable to watch. Keep flying, Angel. Number 10. Toph from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Avatar: The Last Airbender is easily one of the best cartoons in recent history. Toph is about 70% of the reason why. Toph is sarcastic, cantankerous, and completely awesome in every single way. She has layers and layers of personality, and we enjoy peeling them back with every episode she stars in. Whether she's bending metal into armor on a Fire Nation ship or dragging Sokka out of a hole by the hair, Toph is a vibrant and hilarious character. If M. Night Shyamalan derails her character in the supposed next Airbender movie, I will bend his spine into a pretzel and feed it to him. Number 9. Pocahontas. What can I say about Pocahontas? Sure, she's completely historically inaccurate, but as we've already seen, it doesn't matter. Pocahontas is my favorite official Disney princess. I've always looked up to her as a child for her courage, wisdom, and playful nature, and I appreciate that she still comes across as so kind and mature as an adult. She balances so many positive traits during the course of the movie as a daughter, a princess, an ambassador, and a lover. It's so easy to understand why John Smith fell in love with her, and no freaking Disney sequel is going to tell me anything different. Number 8. Haley Graham from Stick It. Stick It is one of those excellent but underrated films that combine teenage hilarity with stylistic awesomeness and give us great characters like Haley Graham. Haley is the embodiment of the perfect female lead. She is tough and sarcastic, but she also has a vulnerable, caring side to her that makes her such an interesting person. Throughout the film, she struggles against the stereotypes forced upon her by the gymnastic world and finally ends up accepting that gymnastics is part of her identity, but she has the ability to make it suit her and not the other way around. At the end of the day, that's often what we want in our own lives. Haley is a great character to aspire to for both younger and older girls, and she makes sure you have fun along the way. Number 7. Shego Kim Possible. What can I say about Shego that you don't already know? Shego is badass. The funniest thing about her is that she wasn't supposed to be this interesting. When she and Draken first premiered, she was only supposed to be a sidekick who fought and didn't do much else. But her voice actor Nicole Sullivan breathed such life into her through sarcasm and compelling darkness, the producers gave her just as much screen time as Draken, making them the perfect villain duo. Honestly, Shego is the best and most competent villain on the show, but there's also so much more to her. The simple fact that she sticks around with Dr. Draken despite all his failures reveals that she is actually capable of loyalty. Or maybe she just likes tormenting him. Either way, we still love her. Number 6. Anita Blake. Yes, you heard me. I put Anita on this list. It is true that I make a hobby out of slamming her character, but this is where I can finally clear the air and explain myself. The reason that I bash Anita so hard is because I used to love her so much. Before Narcissus in Chains, Anita was an incredibly fun character to read about. Her sarcasm, her emotional baggage, her interaction with others, her friends, and her job were all things that made it a joy to pick up any one of the novels and read. I've never really picked a favorite Anita Blake novel, but if I had to, it would either be Blue Moon or Obsidian Butterfly. I would recommend either book to anyone who enjoys a great fantasy novel with plenty of action, humor, vibrant characters, and steamy chemistry. Anita sucked us into her world and kept us there with her sharp tongue and immensely immersive lifestyle. She struggled to keep herself separate from the monsters, but as the books progressed, she realized that things weren't as black and white as she thought. Her growth and appreciation of exceptions are what truly made her an exceptional woman, and I'm very sad to see the books degenerate to pointless smut and horrible double standards. I'll always miss the way you were, Anita. Number 5. Esmeralda from Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame. Before I start, yes, I realize that Esmeralda's character is not like the one from the book. That being said, I adore her. I always have ever since I was a kid. If you've been paying attention to my list, you'll notice that she's the third Disney female character on here, but she's not an actual princess. This is because I tend to gravitate towards the action girl characters from Disney movies, the characters who fight back, who can keep up with their male counterparts, and who not only motivate but develop the plot alongside other characters. Esmeralda's beauty, kind heart, and unflinching bravery steal my heart every single time I watch the film. Her chemistry with Phoebus is what makes me consider Hunchback of Notre Dame to be my favorite Disney movie. She may not be a princess, but she certainly reigns queen of the Disney characters in my mind. Number 4. Wonder Woman from Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Wonder Woman is my third favorite character in the Justice League, just behind the Flash and Batman. I've heard that some fans weren't that happy with her portrayal in the show, but since I didn't read the comics, I honestly loved her. She starts out as so naive and curious about man's world, and develops into such a great character as a result. If I had to say what made me like her so much, it would be her relationship with Batman. Diana is one of the only women on the planet who can get away with teasing Bruce Wayne and not get her head bitten off. Her sly humor, alluring beauty, and endless poise managed to get beneath the Dark Knight's skin and endear both him and me to her. I would also like to mention that the DCAU movie Wonder Woman is easily one of their best. It kept some of Diana's elements from JLU and expanded upon them, making her 10 times more awesome without losing her femininity along the way. Stay classy, Di. Number 3. Harley Quinn from Batman the Animated Series. Harley. There is no greater embodiment of an ensemble Dark Horse character than Harleen Quinzel. In case you didn't know, Harley was not actually an original DC Comics character. She was introduced in Batman the Animated Series, and she became so popular that they made her part of the Batman canon. Harley is fun personified. She is completely inappropriate, and yet everything that the Joker needs wrapped up in one bubbly package. She has the ability to make you forget that the Joker is a murdering psychopath and enjoy the crazy romp she embarks on with her pen. The most remarkable thing about Harley is that she is unique to the other villains of the series because she's not all evil. She is certainly a sociopath, but much of her behavior comes from insanity, not pure ill will. Two of the best episodes in the entire series revolve around Harley: Harley's Holiday and Mad Love. Harley's Holiday shows that she does have elements of a normal person. She wants things, she misunderstands things, and she has plenty of fears. Mad Love goes further by exposing her flawed mentality when she thinks about the Joker, and solidifies the special connection she shares with Batman. Of all the villains, Harley is probably the closest to having an actual relationship with Batman. Not a romantic one, but a relationship in general. He can actually talk to her one-on-one without her trying to kill him every 3 seconds, because he understands what is wrong with her. That she's not just evil, just kind of crazy. All of those reasons make me always want to come back for any story involving Harley. See you in Arkham City, Harl.
Call me.
Don't press your luck.
Number 2. Max Gibson from Batman Beyond. If there was ever a character identified with the most from Batman continuity, it's probably Max. This might seem strange that she's so high up on the list, but allow me to explain. When the Batman comics introduced Robin, they sought to introduce a character that kids could imagine themselves as, running across rooftops and fighting bad guys alongside Batman. Max is the equivalent of Robin. Her personality is very similar to my own. She's intelligent, tough, sarcastic, and eager to help Terry in any way she can. He tries to keep her out, but he can't because she is more than a sidekick. She's his confidant. She shares a connection with him that is completely unique from his other relationships. She is his friend, his secret keeper, and the only person who understands him as a man as well as a hero. It is this reason why I've always considered her the best candidate for Terry's girlfriend. They have excellent chemistry, exemplified mostly in the episodes Hooked Up, Final Cut, Curse of the Cobra, and Mind Games. And even the producer Alan Burnett wanted them to hook up at some point. Max started out with a humble beginning, and she ended up being one of the most interesting and relatable characters on the show. She continues to be enjoyable to read and write about in fanfiction, and she was even included in the current Batman Beyond mini-comic series. Never change, Max. Never change. And my number 1 favorite female character of all time is Catwoman from Batman the Animated Series. While little girls dreamt of being princesses and ballerinas, I was the one kid who wanted more than anything in the world to grow up to be Catwoman. From the very first time I saw her on Batman the Animated Series at 6 or 7 years old, I knew she was the coolest female character of all time. She embodied everything I wanted to be. Sexy, smart, strong, fierce, kind, sly, and determined. She could go toe-to-toe with Batman and damn near all of the Rogues Gallery, but she could also show a soft femininity that won the Dark Knight's heart. She is the sole reason that I liked Batman Returns better than the first Batman. Her story, while altered by Tim Burton, really drew me in as she struggled with her dual identity and her love for Bruce. I've always enjoyed seeing her in any incarnation, and lamented the fact that Chris Nolan probably isn't going to include her in the upcoming third Batman film, only because I feel he could do a great justice to her character. Like Batman himself, she may change actresses or voices, but the core character stays the same and continues to entertain and inspire for years to come. Here's to you, Selena Kyle, my favorite female character of all time. Well, that's all for now. I'd like to thank everyone for their support of my work and look forward to tearing new holes into the Anita Blake series. See you soon.